The opening of the port of Kobe in 1868 allowed Kobe to develop into an international port city. A foreign settlement was soon established there. What was it like to be a foreigner in old world Japan? We are gonna take you a virtual online tour in Kobe Sannomiya. Are you ready? Let's go! You are in Sannomiya in Kobe City. Kobe's three main train lines, JR, Hanshin, and Hankyu, all have stations at Sannomiya. We are going to the foreign settlement quarter called Kitano Ijinkan. You can visit there for 10 minutes on foot from Sannomiya Station. When you see Starbucks in a historical Western-style building, you are at the starting point at the Kitano Ijinkan area. We will take a rest at this Starbucks after walking around here. It was here that foreign traders, diplomats, and businessmen first set up home when overseas trade relations were restored in the Meiji era. These Ijinkan translated as Western-style residences built during the Shogun and Meiji era. Numbered over 300 at one point in time, today, about 20 of these well-maintained buildings are open to the public as museums. As of the end of January in 2021, under the state of emergency due to COVID-19, some museums are closed, but some are still open. You can see the English house built in 1903 following a design by a British architect, and the French house built in 1904 as an apartment house for the French on the main street, Kitanodori. Tickets for these museum houses can be purchased individually or in a package and range in cost from 500 yen to 3,000 yen. Combination tickets are available at participating houses and ticket desks are found around the district. To begin with, let's visit and enter the Rhine House. This two-story wooden home was built in 1915 by J.L. Drell and it is a flagship among the historic Ijinkan foreign residences of Kobe. Many of the Western-style buildings are referred to as colonial style, and one unique characteristic of Western architecture is the cooling design integrated in the building's construction. Distinct design elements were introduced to Japan alongside England's official entry into Asia. On the first floor is a display of tapestries, while the second floor offers exhibits about the history of Rhine House and other Ijinkan buildings, including what happened during the 1950 Kobe earthquake. The entrance fee of Rhine House is for free. You can enjoy shopping for small fancy ornamental products related to Kitano Ijinkan here. Let's walk to the next houses. Pathways this kitchen area tend to be narrow and steep. We recommend you to wear easy-to-walk shoes. Here we are at the Wien Austrian House, which is a reproduction of Mozart's house in Salzburg, sponsored by the embassy. It introduces the culture and history of Austria. You will see valuable items on display, such as a replica of the piano that Mozart used for composing, and a music score written in his original handwriting. Denmark House is a theme park founded by Kingdom of Denmark Embassy and Denmark Trading Office, which exhibits the history and culture of Denmark including Vikings and Andersen. It is filled with many highlights including a large monument of a Viking ship. The Dutch Museum and Fragrance House once served as the residence of the Dutch Consul General and now displays Dutch furniture and household items from past decades. The Weathercock House is named after fish scales because of its overlapping shingled siding. Inside, you will find a collection of antique furniture and household items in one part of the house and a small museum with paintings by Russian modern artists in the other. Yamate Hachibankan is a Tudor-style mansion built in the late Meiji period. It exhibits various sculptures and other artwork. The Kitano Foreigners Association was a members-only social club frequented by the foreign residents who moved to Kobe. The former Thomas residence, commonly known as the Weathercock House for its weathercock ornament on the roof which shows the direction of the wind, was the home in a distinct architectural style and brown brick walls. At Kitanocho Plaza Public Rest area, there is a bronze statue of a musician, making this a good spot for taking a photo. Let's walk into the entryway of the Weathercock House. The former master of the house, Mr. Thomas, was a German trader. So he built a wooden two-story building which adapted the traditional style of his home country. However, it is said that actually Mia-style carpentry was used to build the house, which is why the window frames and other features are built in the Japanese style. The dining room has a fireplace, Art Nouveau-style stained glass windows, and a wine cabinet that uses ice to chill bottles. Next to the Weathercock House, the House of Moegi was built as a residence of the Consul General of the United States in 1903. It is a good time to take a rest at the Starbucks. The building itself has been recognized as a tangible cultural heritage site, making this location one of the particularly unusual Starbucks concept stores in Japan. Some pieces of furniture are authentic antiques, which helps draw out the original atmosphere of this historical building. When you go up to the first floor, there will be a dining room on the left side. The unique feature of this room has got to be the multitude of posters and paintings adorning the wall. Next to this is the living room. The stacked bookshelves together with the bay window-shaped sofa are a particular feature of this room. It's time to get some of these famous Kobe beef for lunch. Steakland is right outside of Sannomiya station. This restaurant is very popular for lunch menu as it has quality Kobe beef for a really reasonable price. The cool thing here is no matter where you get seated, you can always see the chef prepare the meal right in front of you. Here is a brief history of Kobe beef. In 1868, when Japan opened up to the rest of the world, foreigners passing through the biggest cities demanded meat. When these foreigners tried this Japanese beef from Kobe, and they were impressed by the natural marbling and delicious umami taste. Since the beef was shipped from Kobe, the name became associated with this unique beef. Kobe beef is a prized Japanese delicacy and probably the most widely known regional specialty food in Japan. Kobe beef is distinguished as a tender, flavorful meat that is well marbled with fat. The meat must pass a series of requirements and only the highest grades of meat with exceptionally high levels of fat marbling on the Kobe beef label, which is a strictly guarded trademark. Why is Kobe beef so marbled? There are many factors that contribute to the intense marbling. First is the breed of cattle used, which has a unique genetic predisposition to marbling its fat inside the muscle tissue. Second is the environment. Japanese ranchers raise Wagyu cattle with the intent of minimizing stress as much as possible. Less stress means more fat and more tender meat. Lastly, they are fed a high-calorie diet consisting of roughage and grains so the animals gain weight. Now let's just sit back and enjoy the sizzling sound of the Kobe beef. Please enjoy this tender steak, dipping it in yakiniku sauce or ponzu sauce, or putting a slice of garlic on it, or you can eat as it is. The settlement, a commercial zone for foreigners, was constructed seaside in contrast to the hillside residences. The English newspaper, The Far East, at that time highly evaluated the Kobe settlement as the most beautifully designed settlement in the Orient. At the heart of this area is the Kobe Diamond department store. The 10th-floor building plus 2 basement levels sells your typical department store goods. Today, this area is one of Kobe's most renowned shopping spots, with a variety of luxury brand stores carrying stylish apparel. The buildings have a charming, classic look lined up in neatly organized blocks. The area contains a historical atmosphere which travelers can experience walking around the neighborhood. When you walk around Motomachi Station, you will see a different type of area from you saw. You are now in Nankinmachi, Kobe Chinatown. Until the settlement's completion, Westerners and Chinese lived in the neighborhoods within the mixed residential zone. Most Westerners moved in after its completion, but the Chinese remained in the area to the west of the settlement. That Chinatown became today's Nankinmachi. When you see the line of people, you are in the center of Chinatown. They are waiting for Buddhaman at Roshoki. Roshoki is an old restaurant that specializes in serving Chinese steamed pork buns called Buddhaman. It is the first restaurant to serve Buddhaman in Japan. They are packed with shops, restaurants, and food stands that sell popular items such as steamed buns, ramen, tapioca drinks, and various other Chinese dishes, many of which have been Japanized to a certain degree. It is fun to eat the street foods and walk around the area, feeling the breeze of China in Japan. At YunYun, what you see through the large window is an assembly line crafting dumpling called shorompo from scratch. As you bite into it, a gush of tasty broth fills your mouth. The crispy, crunchy skin on the outside added a nice touch. Let's not forget to eat gyoza as well. Gyoza Daigaku is very popular among locals and many people come here to eat gyoza. Gyoza is Chinese dumpling and you can eat gyoza with miso sauce at Gyoza Daigaku. Thank you for watching this. We hope you enjoy Sannomiya and you saw how Kobe nurtures cross-cultural community. Hi Japan has more videos for virtual tour. See you next time.